Part 314. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3131. It's not the end yet, everything is still unfixed. In the end, maybe it is possible to create some miracles. There are some things that cannot be explained or guessed. But it's so majestic in front of my eyes. I also hope that director Zhao Zun can help me to be a witness. Draft another agreement. Fang Fan looked to the other side of the auction table, then said with a smile. Zhao Zun, the senior manager of the Tianlan Chamber of Commerce who was named, gave a wry smile subconsciously. This thing was done, he didn't understand it either. But Fang Fan had already spoken, so he naturally wouldn't delay. Soon, Zhao Zun rushed forward and looked at Fang Fan with a complicated expression. Guessed Fang Fan, some things, it's better to be more cautious. You may not know many things when you just came to this auction. The auction items here are basically reviewed time and time again by the senior appraisers of our Tianlan Chamber of Commerce. Under normal circumstances, there are some fish that slip through the net, but that kind of situation is extremely rare, and it must be because the auction items are very obscure, or they are not ordinary things. However, the treasure appraisers of Tianlan Chamber of Commerce can't fail to detect the magic secret bamboo. So, honored guest Fang Fan, please think carefully. It was just a verbal agreement. Zhao Zun, the senior manager of Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, blinked at Fang Fan, and then began to hint frantically. Fang Fan knew what Zhao Zun meant. He really believes that Tianlan Chamber of Commerce has such a level and ability, but relatively speaking, he believes more in the feeling of Zhan Tianjian and Sword Spirit. Zhan Tianjian has an extraordinary origin, and its perception ability is extraordinary. The Sky Zhanjian Sword Spirit has existed for tens of millions of years, so this experience is naturally richer. So from Fang Fan's point of view, he has absolute certainty. That being the case, then there is no need to worry about being afraid. Just wait silently for all this. You might feel better if you calm down. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised slightly, thinking to himself, the sparkle in his eyes couldn't help but also increased. This feeling has gradually become extremely pure. Director Zhao Zun. What do you mean? You Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, do you still prefer this Fang Fan? Humph. Does your Tianlan Chamber of Commerce still want to fight against our Dark Academy? After He couldn't hear Zhao Zun's words, his complexion changed immediately, and he scolded. I'm just a regular reminder, you use the Dark Academy to suppress our Tianlan Chamber of Commerce at every turn. If the master of the Dark Academy said this, maybe our Tianlan Chamber of Commerce would still be vigilant. If it were you, he. How about I go to the Dark Academy to visit the old palace master in person one day, talk to the old palace master about this matter, and let the old palace master make his own decision. Zhao Zun, the senior manager of Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, said something coldly, and then the arrogance on his face was beyond words. If you don't even have this confidence, how can you set up such a big stall? This auction is nominally organized by several big chambers of commerce, but the main force is actually the Tianlan Chamber of Commerce. The status of the Tianlan Chamber of Commerce is there, even if it cannot fight against the entire Dark Camp alone, the Dark Camp really dare not offend the Tianlan Chamber of Commerce casually. After all, if the Tianlan Chamber of Commerce falls to the Light Camp, the Dark Camp will be completely blocked and sanctioned economically. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3132. Snort. Anyway, this is a matter between me and Fang Fan, Manager Zhao Zun should, not meddle too much. At the very least, we must ensure fairness. Hey, the master of the Dark Academy, couldn't clenched his fists, and naturally felt very upset in his heart, but at the moment, he could only faintly suppress it in his heart, and naturally there was an endless sense of oppression in his heart. Needless to say about other things for the time being, this time the feelings are gathered here, and everything will explode in full swing. Immediately, this guy directly pointed the finger at Fang Fan. Fang Fan. If you're timid, just say so. Why did you ask Zhao Zun to block the gun for you? To be honest, I looked down on you like this. He couldn't hold his head up high, but this gesture was vividly displayed. Fang Fan curled his lips, feeling rather amused at the moment. This guy is now completely drilled into it by himself. So, it's a very good state. What Fang Fan is most afraid of is that this guy is indifferent. If that's the case, it's really difficult to punish this guy. But the current situation is basically stable. In all respects, there is no need to panic. If you are really upset, just follow the full oppression. Director Zhao Zun, I know it well. Mr. Zhao Zun, please be a witness. If someone repents halfway, I hope Tianlan Chamber of Commerce can stand up and uphold justice. This agreement is also in triplicate. We each keep a copy. Thank you, Manager Zhao Zun. Fang Fan smiled silently, then nodded to Zhao Zun and said. Zhao Zun opened his mouth, even if there were thousands of words in his heart, he couldn't say it. At this moment, I can only follow the complete silence. And Fang Fan has already talked to this point, if he continues to pester him, he will seem a little clueless. Naturally, the scale must be fully controlled. The overall situation is also within a relatively normal range. Zhao Zun raised his eyebrows subconsciously, and the facial expression changes are very real at this moment. Thinking up to this point, the thoughts are also completely vacated. This looks more and more interesting. Just now Zhao Zun was simply worried that Fang Fan would sink into it and couldn't extricate himself. How much star core is this demon-subduing secret bamboo worth? Doesn't he, the senior manager of the Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, have any points in his mind? This combined situation seems to be a bit of a headache. Originally, according to Zhao Zun's thinking, he had already reminded him in place, and Fang Fan should also be vigilant in an instant. But now it still seems to be disapproving. This looks so weird. Zhao Zun couldn't help but fell into self-doubt. Did I really miss it? What's the mystery of this low-level saint-level magic subduing secret bamboo? Or, the composition is wrong? This magic subduing secret bamboo is not of the holy level at all. Is it just possible? That's right, this magic subduing secret bamboo is definitely a low-level saint level 1, and it's worth at most 1 or 2,000 high-grade star cores. But why is this honored guest Fang Fan so swearing, as if he is completely in control of everything? Where did he get his confidence? Am I wrong, or is he wrong? Hiss. Where is the key to it? Zhao Zun licked his lips, and then let out a foul breath, and the black lines on his forehead grew more and more. Good guy. What a good guy. At this moment, the mentality collapsed in an instant, isn't it? In all aspects, you can still use a hammer as a guarantee. Liang Jiaoguang is fully practicing to the end. Can't hold on, let alone hold on. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3133. But since Fang Fan insisted on this, he couldn't say anything. Things have come to this, we can only follow the normal rhythm. Anyway, the overall situation is like this, what else can I say? It's okay to know these things clearly in my heart. Okay, I'll be the notary. Everything will be carried out according to the agreement. If the real value of this magic subduing secret bamboo exceeds 100,000 top-grade star cores, according to the agreement, He will have to pay the 100,000 high-grade star cores on behalf of Fang Fan. On the contrary, Fang Fan not only needs to hand over the secret bamboo to Heofu, but also needs to pay Heofu another 100,000 top-grade star cores. Well, the general contract is like this, but it doesn't look like there are too many changes. The point of controversy right now is whether or not this magic subduing secret bamboo can be worth 100,000 high-grade star cores. I will immediately arrange for the best appraiser from Tianlan Chamber of Commerce to conduct a comprehensive appraisal. On this point, I hope you too can rest assured that the signboard of my Tianlan Chamber of Commerce is placed here, and everything will be carried out in accordance with the principles of fairness and justice. Zhao Zun, the senior manager of Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, nodded, and then said sincerely, "Everything is basically stable now. There is not much procrastination either. The whole is stable and feasible, without any slack." Everyone's eyes gathered here, and their facial expressions changed completely. Feelings are gradually becoming real. Anyway, this is what I think in my heart. Good. No problem. Just follow the plan. I believe that Director Zhao Zun would not dare to risk the disgrace of the world, nor would he bet on the Tianlan Chamber of Commerce's signboard. Hurry up and let the appraiser come over to appraise it. Tisk, tisk tisk, I can't help it. Interesting, it's really interesting. Send me a star core for no reason. And this good thing. So comfortable. He couldn't lick his lips, then took a deep breath, and the gleam in his eyes gathered in all directions. At this moment, the thought has suddenly exploded. The refreshing feeling is still there. The idea of hope is still very real. So well thought out, everything is clear. Fang Fan stood aside and didn't say anything directly, but the corner of his mouth raised a small arc. Everything is ready. Now there is still a catch in the urn. Zhao Zun's work efficiency is still very fast, and he quickly sent all the senior appraisers of the Tianlan Chamber of Commerce gathered here. Give me a good look. What is the mystery of this magic subduing secret bamboo? Don't miss any detail. Be sure to be more careful. Take out 10 times the usual attention. Let's take a good look at what's going on with this magic subduing secret bamboo. Zhao Zun squinted his eyes, and then gave a comprehensive instruction from the side. In his eyes, Fang Fan is not that kind of crazy fool. Can someone who can take out those magical and unique serum cards and healing cards be a fool? Zhao Zun shook his head. Anyway, he definitely didn't believe it in his heart. He prefers to believe that Fang Fan at this moment is pretending to be a pig and eating a tiger. But he really couldn't feel how frightening this mediocre magic subduing secret bamboo could be, and it could be sold for a high price of 100,000 top-grade star cores. Is this really possible? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3134. Hee. You have to take a good look. Only a fool would believe that this crap is worth 100,000 top-grade star cores. Laugh out loud. Self-confidently check, so that no one will play tricks in front of this young master later. Tisk tisk tisk, I'm really lucky today. A star core doesn't cost me a prostitute, not to mention a magic subduing secret bamboo. How can I earn another 100,000 high-grade star core? Tell me, there is such a good thing in the world. Then I actually bumped into this good thing. Sometimes things in this world are really unclear. I'm dazed, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, no matter what you say, it's a cool word. The voice of emotion said that he couldn't hold his head up high, and his whole body was already in a state of ecstasy. At this moment, his eyes were wide open, and his lips could not help but tremble. In his mind, he was full of endless thoughts. Thinking so far, everything is following a full-blown explosion. Needless to say anything else, this feeling is extremely real and pure. What a cool word. In the auction house, there are endless discussions. For those people who eat melons, they actually feel that this matter is a bit unreliable. Up to now, it's really a bit too mysterious. The more I listened, the weirder it became, and the more I listened, the less it seemed like this. I always feel that there is something tricky here. At this moment, the elite treasure appraisers of Tianlan Chamber of Commerce gathered together one after another, and began to explore the mysteries of the secret bamboo of subduing demons inch by inch. But searching and searching, it's still the same. What can change here? Isn't this exactly the same as before? Good guy, what a good guy. These treasure appraisers have been identifying for more than 10 minutes in a row, and almost touched the bald skin of the secret bamboo of subduing magic, but they still haven't found any clues. My lord, this is the most common low-level saint-level demon-subduing secret bamboo. Except for the age looking a bit older, everything seems average. The market valuation is around 1,100 high-grade star cores. The appraisers nodded, and then sent a representative to report the situation. Have you checked everything out? Are you sure? Are you sure there is nothing missing? Zhao Zun frowned, and wanted to save him again. The appraiser shrugged his shoulders, and the expression of helplessness on his face grew more and more. There are really no surprises. My lord, we checked no less than 15 times. We've discussed it with each other, there can be no mistakes. This is definitely the most common low-level saint-level demon-subduing secret bamboo. My lord, don't waste your time on this, it's really useless. Even if I drilled the eye alone, can the other dozen or so treasure appraisers present also eye the eye at the same time? The appraiser shook his head, then said forcefully. Ha ha, ah ha 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 ha. As expected, as expected. Everything is exactly as I expected. I knew it, I knew there was nothing wrong with it. Fang Fan. What else do you have to say this time? More than a dozen authoritative treasure appraisers have spoken, do you have any thoughts of running away? It's over, it's all over. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3135. He couldn't lick his lips, and his whole body gradually became smug. While talking at the moment, he swallowed saliva following madly. While speaking, thoughts are also boiling with the whole area. Those things in the feeling gradually became extremely real. Let all this follow and explode in full swing. With this in mind, naturally there is no need to think too much. The refreshing feeling increased instantly. As for the others, you still need to panic with a hammer. Fang Fan. Star Core. Take the Star Core. Ben Shao's 100,000 high-grade Star Cores. They all belong to me. Fight with this young master. You are doomed to kill yourself. You really overestimate your capabilities. Hee hee. I don't even look at what I look like, but I still have such courage. Interesting, really interesting. The cold snort gradually increased, and hey, the master of the Dark Academy, felt that he had completely drifted away. This moment is his highlight moment. He felt that his mentality had been fully expanded. Explosion, completely exploded. Star Core. Still dreaming of getting rich. Isn't it the end yet? All treasure appraisers can't detect the value of this magic subduing secret bamboo, but it doesn't mean that this magic subduing secret bamboo can't be worth 100,000 high-grade star cores. Fang Fan shrugged, said calmly, and then silently walked forward and held the magic subduing secret bamboo. As soon as Fang Fan's words came out, He Couldn't face immediately changed. What do you mean? Are you trying to play hooligans with me? Shameless. Shameless. How can you do this? It's still using such a despicable method. Isn't it a bit too rough? He couldn't help but subconsciously twitched the corners of his mouth. While talking at the moment, the gesture of gnashing his teeth was gathered together. Immediately after the sound of breathing became extremely rapid, the mentality had completely collapsed, completely collapsed. At this moment, I can still talk about a hammer. Wouldn't it just explode right away? Holding on is the real thing. At this moment, there is a strong sense of oppression invisibly. It's impossible to be a hooligan. I said that this magic subduing secret bamboo is of infinite value, so it must be priceless. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes secretly, and then directly drew out the Zhantian sword. He beside him couldn't help but backed away in fright. Fang Fan sneered, then threw the magic subduing secret bamboo in his hand into the air, and then swung the heaven Zhanjian to split it open. Fang Fan! What are you doing? This magic subduing secret bamboo is already mine. You dare to destroy my magic subduing secret bamboo. Bastard! You are courting death. The roaring sound swept over, and Heofu's face was as cold as a pine. While talking at this moment, her lips are almost worn out. It's just that before he finished speaking, the secret bamboo of subduing magic that was split by Fang Fan suddenly released clusters of purple light. Ziki is coming from the east. The purple light shines in the sky. This scene, this picture, is too dazzling. Glancing at the past, subconsciously took a breath, followed by the state of mind seemed a little collapsed. Looking at all this ignorantly, the sound of breathing can't help but become extremely rapid. Thinking about this, the whole person gradually became smug. What on earth is it? Why does this look so weird? This is far from what was expected. The entire auction platform has been covered by extremely dazzling purple light at this moment. And the magic subduing secret bamboo slowly began to show its truest appearance. The black skin around her body gradually faded away, replaced by a piece of noble purple. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3136. What is even more unbelievable is that on the purple bamboo, there is actually a gorgeous purple flower slowly growing at a speed visible to the naked eye. This scene looks so exciting. Suddenly there was a burst of exclamation. The dozen or so treasure appraisers were all disdainful at first, thinking that Fang Fan was talking nonsense, but at this moment they were completely stunned. Among them, an older appraiser trembled rapidly. This is not the magic bamboo. No. This is still the secret bamboo of subduing demons. The old treasure appraiser seemed exhausted when speaking, and his tongue was spinning wildly at this moment. The hair on the forehead also gradually flashed with bright lights. The surrounding people were speechless for a while. Why is it sometimes yes and sometimes not? Is this the magic subduing secret bamboo? Old son, what do you mean? Please explain clearly. Zhao Zun looked at the old treasure appraiser, and also wanted to know the mystery of it earlier. Call. I saw it in an ancient book before. Under extremely rare circumstances, all high-quality demon-subduing divine bamboos will be similar in shape to ordinary demon-subduing secret bamboos. This is a disguise. This quality, at least the highest quality demigod-level demon-subduing secret bamboo. That's right. It's the demigod bamboo. And it's still the highest level demigod bamboo. As for the value, it's immeasurable. At least 1 million top-grade star cores to start. I didn't expect that I could still see such treasures in my lifetime. It's worth it. It's worth it. God treats me well. The old man is blind. Almost missed the treasure. Little friend's treasure appraisal technique is already extraordinary and refined. It's really amazing. The old appraiser licked his chapped lips, and while speaking, he cast admiring gazes at Fang Fan. At this moment, feel it a little bit, and suddenly the whole person is floating. Thinking up to this point, the thoughts are also rushing in full swing. It feels so real. It feels like it's taking off in full swing. After the old appraiser finished speaking, the entire auction venue exploded. My CAO, my CAO. Are you kidding me? Is this the demon subduing god bamboo? Isn't it the demon subduing secret bamboo? The supreme demigod level divine subduing demon bamboo? The highest quality demon subduing divine bamboo? Infinitely close to the quality of a true god. Such a treasure was placed in front of me just now, and I missed it. Did you hear that? It's worth at least 1,000,000 high-grade star cores. What the hell is more than 100,000 high-grade star cores? I've known for a long time that Fang Fan is not an ordinary person, so he can even tell that. Who said it wasn't? Damn it, ordinary people can see the scene? It's stupid. I'm careless. I'm still a little younger. Gudong, I don't even know what to say now. It's so awesome. I'm completely drunk. It's awesome to hang and beat all dissatisfaction, and in my heart, I have to be more stable in my heart. Hold on to the overall situation. Sometimes it's really impossible not to admire, and that's what a real boss is like. Hee. Speaking of which, that Heifu couldn't have suffered a blood loss this time. Just now he looked extremely arrogant, so now he should be extremely happy and sad. Hee, who said no? This guy is interesting, really interesting. It looks very rhythmic. After a little follow-up, there is an inexplicable sense of joy. Is it a magical situation? Tisk, stabilize your mentality and take off in full swing. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 3137. The howling sounds involuntarily increased, and the facial expressions of everyone changed very quickly. While talking at the moment, the whole body trembled immediately. For the people who eat melons, this scene looks very interesting at this moment. There is a sense of majesty deep in my heart. He stared at all this with wide-eyed eyes, and then couldn't help shrinking his neck. At this moment, it can be regarded as witnessing a wave of miracles. There will be material to go out and brag in the future. The most broken thing at this moment is that the blood descendant He, the master of the dark school, is helpless. He wanted to take off with all his heart, and then he was hit by this wave of comprehensive blows. At this moment, the ignorant eyes looked around, and the whole person was completely ignorant. At this moment, my lips are trembling, and I am speechless. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. What demon subduing bamboo? Hee. It's worth 1,000,000 high-grade star cores. Liar. You humming liars. With this trick, you still want to fool me. Fake. It's all fake. You bastard. They're all doing something. Tianlan Chamber of Commerce can do it now? Have you started doing all these things? Zhaozun. You actually joined forces with this Fang Fan to trick this young master. Zhaozun. Don't think that you can be so presumptuous because you are the senior manager of the Tianlan Chamber of Commerce. The master of the Dark Academy is the ancestor of this young master. How dare you provoke this young master's backer? Snort. A traitor. Despicable and shameless. Shameless. This young master has completely seen it. It turns out that they are doing these bastard things. Garbage. Disgusting. The howls involuntarily increased, and the facial expressions of the people suddenly changed, especially pure. Gradually, this mentality collapsed. Needless to say about the rest, I couldn't stabilize my mentality. Now I can't wait to roar directly, I can't wait to suppress everything in front of me. At this moment, He Fang looks like he is crushing the audience. Fang Fan remained indifferent, not panicking at all. It's time to let the prey make a final toss. In this way, the taste of this prey is even more delicious. At this moment, this black man can't fully claim that Zhao Zun, the senior manager of Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, and Fang Fan are working together to harm him. There is still some ability to mess around. If it was in an ordinary small place, others might not dare to continue to say what this guy said, but this is the home of the Fenglan Chamber of Commerce. Besides, Zhao Zun, the senior manager of the Fenglan Chamber of Commerce, was also present. Can this scene still be stable? Master Haofu, please speak carefully. It's about the reputation of my Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, and I hope you don't talk nonsense. This bet was made by you and Fang Fangui, and I am the notary. It's very clear now that the so-called secret bamboo of subduing demons is actually the divine bamboo of subduing demons. And the value of this demigod-level bamboo of subduing demons is worth more than 1 million high-grade star cores. Far more than the 100,000 high-grade star cores agreed before. So according to the agreement, you should pay the bidding price of 100,000 top-grade star cores for Fang Fan's distinguished guest. And this demon-subduing god bamboo still belongs to Fang Fangui. Zhao Zun snorted coldly, then said indifferently from the side. On the whole, the matter is such a thing, the situation is such a situation, what else can be involved and involved? Everything is as it should be, and it is no longer possible to have any surprises. From Zhao Zun's point of view, he was also inexplicably shocked at this moment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3138. There are so many elite treasure appraisers in Tianlan Chamber of Commerce that they can't see the clues of the secret bamboo of Fumo before, but Fang Fan was so far away from the secret bamboo of Fumo at that time, how can he conclude that the secret bamboo of Fumo is touch the bamboo? At this moment, after thinking about it for a while, I suddenly felt shuddering. Thinking in my heart, the whole person became flustered. It seems that Fang Fan's distinguished guest is far from being as simple as I imagined. I haven't seen the essence of it. It's really my fault to think so. Call. No wonder the president asked me to take care of this distinguished guest of Fang Fan. Now it seems that the president is still far-sighted. Zhao Zun, the senior director of Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, rolled his eyes, and after thinking about it, his whole body gradually became smug. Thinking so far, thoughts are also fully erupting. The more I think about it, the more I feel that there are infinite mysteries. At this moment, Fang Fan naturally won an all-round victory. But from a comprehensive point of view, this black helpless is still extremely unwilling. Humph. This young master refuses to admit it? What can you do to me? You said that this piece of broken bamboo is worth 1 million and the top-grade star core is worth so much. You want to fool me? Hee hee. You have found the wrong person. Tell you the truth? I don't believe it at all. It's really, an extremely inferior method. Such means can't deceive anyone. It is absolutely impossible for me to be deceived by you. Hey, the master of the Dark Academy, couldn't hold his head up high, and acted like a rascal. Anyway, I don't have to be a shameless person anymore, people are shameless, and they are invincible in the world. At this moment, it is necessary to show this invincible appearance. Frankly, but clearly. It's been like this from beginning to end. In all aspects, what is there to be afraid of? Director Zhao Zun, I have taken back the demon-subduing god bamboo. As for the rest of the matter, you can help to deal with it. According to the agreement in the agreement, the auction price of the 100,000 top-grade star cores should not be paid by He. Trouble Manager Zhao Zun. While talking, Fang Fan smiled calmly. In essence, if you don't even have this bit of self-confidence, Are you really going to be blind for nothing? Thinking about this, the smile on his face couldn't help but increase. The feeling is deep, and the ideas are gradually taking off one. Fang Fan, don't worry, our Tianlan Chamber of Commerce will take responsibility for the follow-up incident. Zhao Zun quickly followed suit and nodded. Anyway, the Star Corps will not lose their Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, but at this time, Fang Fan can be a good seller, so that everything will be smoother in the future. This idea gathered in his mind, and the smile on the corner of his mouth also increased. Thinking up to this point, the idea is also taking off in an all-round way. After much deliberation, this is the idea anyway. Pure and frank. Fang Fan nodded, and then took the magic bamboo and flew directly to the number 7 box on the 3rd floor. This time the incident was basically considered to be over for him. He couldn't help but watch Fang Fan leave in a daze. His lips twitched unnaturally at this moment. What's the situation? What's up? I haven't said this clearly yet. Why did people leave? You son of a bitch. What do you want to do? Could you please stop for a while? Damn. Asshole. If he goes, I will go too. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3139. He couldn't roll his eyeballs, and then he was about to run away. Master Haofu. Just leave like this, it's not appropriate. You have to leave something behind. Hee. I have an agreement signed by you in my hand. What? Do you still want me to announce it? Manly man, don't you even have this bit of confidence? Master Haofu, please don't make it difficult for me. If the 100,000 high-grade star cores don't come out, I'm afraid, it won't make sense, right? If it's not resolved today, it may be really difficult for Master Haofu to leave here. Zhao Zun smiled coldly. While talking, the sharp light in his eyes flickered all over. At this moment, it has basically shown an explosive posture. The rest, of course, needless to say. Want to die? Then come directly. If you don't want to die, just take it easy. Tianlan Chamber of Commerce is not an ordinary chamber of commerce, they do have such qualifications and capital to say such things. A wave of shock. Who will fight? Is it possible that you dare to directly follow the comprehensive coercion? If that's the case, it's really suicidal. I don't know how to die. Naturally, such feelings cannot be directly expressed in a few words. The magic subduing secret bamboo he bid for. What does this have to do with me? What does it have to do with me? Damn. Fang Fan insisted on pretending to be aggressive, and that's why he paid such a high price. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. Why did you push this matter on me? Ah. The howls continued one after another. The posture of gnashing teeth was immediately revealed to the fullest. Needless to say the rest for the time being, this gesture is especially true. From Haofu's point of view, he naturally didn't want to be taken advantage of. So at this moment, he wants to follow up with an all-out resistance. At this moment, the eyeballs instantly turned blood red, and the whole person gradually became ecstatic. The crazy attitude is evident. Hee. So what? This agreement was originally signed by Master Haofu. It cannot be faked. Is it possible that Master Haofu will continue to be involved in this aspect? It's so ridiculous. There are two roads before your excellency. Either pay the auction fee of 100,000 top-grade star cores. Or choose to refuse to pay. In this case, my Tianlan Chamber of Commerce will naturally choose to arrest you and send it to the Master of the Dark School to ask him for the star core. While Zhao Zun was talking, the indifference on his face was beyond words. Gradually, thoughts are also churning in an all-round way. Thinking about this, the sparkle in the eyes can't help but increase. This is considered an ultimatum. At the same time, several waves of strong coercion suddenly came from the auction venue, which made people feel trembling invisibly. There are 3 coercions among them, and they are directly at the level of the Supreme Saint. That is to say, there are at least 3 top-ranking saint-level powerhouses from Tianlan Chamber of Commerce hidden in it. After realizing this, He Couldn't face suddenly became extremely ugly. He also had guards beside him, that haggard old man whom he called Uncle Guan. But this haggard old man is only a high-ranking saint. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3140. If this really happens, I don't know how I will die in the end. Feel it a little bit, and suddenly there is infinite panic and anxiety in my heart. The posture of swallowing saliva followed by a full gathering, the sound of breathing also became rapid, and the whole person gradually became swaying. Thinking up to this point, my thoughts are also completely churning. In all aspects, it is unsteady. Uncle Guan, can you take me out? He couldn't help but backed away secretly, and then moved to the side of the withered old man, and asked quietly. The old man with a haggard face. You're really flattering me. Under the comprehensive surveillance of the 3 supreme sages, I can't escape myself, let alone bring you such a burden? What are you thinking in your heart? Why don't you go to heaven? Why don't you stand shoulder to shoulder with the sun? Also, do you have a dog face? When it's okay, an old dog barks, and from time to time, a big mouth is rewarded. Now that something has happened, this Uncle Guan is quite kind when he calls him. This F***ing, is completely bastard. Shameless especially. After feeling it for a while, I feel my scalp numb for no reason. In all aspects, isn't that the case? Can it involve other things? Let's stop for a while, won't you? Do you have to mess around? Is it okay to continue to engage in mentality? I can't escape, accept my fate. Master, let's pay the Star Core obediently. You caused this disaster, so you should bear it. If the noise really gets to the palace master, it won't look good on your face. At that time, if the palace master really loses face, it will not be as simple as 100,000 high-grade Star Cores for the young master. The haggard old man said coldly, the gleam in his eyes grew more and more at this moment. In all aspects, this is the attitude. Can this still follow the heavens? In all aspects, it is more real to be stable. He couldn't listen to this, and the expression on his face became increasingly ugly. Damn it! What about slaps? Grass. No, no, can't it be over with one sentence? It's your turn to educate labor and old stuff. He couldn't be sure that he had a dog face, and in an instant, his temperament changed drastically. Roll. Grass. Old dog. Shut up. If it weren't for you, an old dog, who has been blocking Ben Shao and not allowing him to increase the price, the demon-subduing god bamboo worth at least 1 million high-grade Star Cores would have been owned by Ben Shao. It's you, an old dog, who made Ben miss a chance to make a fortune. The old dog is still talking nonsense here. Damn. Roll. Snapped. A loud slap followed, and the haggard old man looked at all this in a daze. In fact, according to his cultivation base and ability, he could completely avoid this wave of slap attacks, but he obviously didn't do that. It all happened so fast. Spinning too. He didn't have time to think about it. In the blink of an eye, my brain just chattered. Wang Beizi. Are you crazy? The withered old man clenched his fists with endless resentment naturally in his heart, but at this moment he could only endure it silently. Who let me follow such an ancestor? This is the blood of the palace master. No matter how bad it is, only the palace master can punish it. And he is just a subordinate. The withered old man swallowed a mouthful of saliva, took a few short breaths, and decided to swallow this breath.